Welcome to From the Pastor's Heart. I'm Pastor Patrick, and today on From the Pastor's Heart, you'll be hearing from Pastor Paul Gay, our executive pastor, as he shares straight from the heart.
And so we have all kinds of activities. We Brother Donnie and Brother Kyle and Parker that went with us. Brother Parker, he's a young man, 14 years old, that went with us, worked diligently to help the children have a good time playing basketball. They really had never been trained in how to play basketball, so they spent time with the children, and we actually had a whole day basketball tournament. There's the first time they'd ever done that. And then on Tuesday, we were able to go and have a baptism. We thought that those that got saved on Sunday might want to be baptized, and they were encouraged to do so. And then there were 4 children that got saved during the VBS. And so that was a wonderful reward for all those hard-working VBS missionaries that came there. And that was a reward for them. And so we thought we might have 4 or 5 people to baptize, and there's a lake there at Flores. Flores is an island inside this lake, and we were able to go to that lake to do this baptism. And by the time we started, we had about 11 children that wanted to be baptized, and one little boy that showed up, he was just coming with the school to the baptism. He wanted to be saved right there on the lake shore and be baptized that very day. And so he came to the knowledge of the Lord as well. So we had about 9 people saved, and then we had about 11 people that be baptized. But as we started doing the baptism, and it was very moving to walk out into a lake in the natural surroundings, which is very similar to the way that Jesus was baptized himself, and to be able to be there with an interpreter, Mike Bruce, the missionary, and hear their confession of Christ, because the missionary Mike made it very clear that they had to have Jesus in their heart. And because they had Jesus in their heart, they were going down in this water to bury that old person that they used to be and now come up as a new creature in Christ. And he made that crystal clear to them. And they all affirmed their belief and their acceptance of Jesus. And we were able to baptize them, as Matthew said, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Espiritu de Santos is what they call the Holy Spirit. And it's such a beautiful wording in the Spanish language for that. And as we were baptizing these children and sending them back and forth to the shore, then we had 2 other individuals. One is a missionary in training named Sister Angel. And Angel came down and said that she was dedicating her life to the people of Guatemala to become a full-time missionary there and wanted to be baptized in that lake. The Lord impressed her, if you're going to serve my people here, be baptized here. And so she was. And then one of our own out of Crane Eaters community, Sister Cheyenne, felt the tug of the Lord on her heart to rededicate her life in this surrounding with this love and the spirit that she felt there. And so she came down and was baptized as well. So it was a great connection for us and the people of Guatemala, the children, as well as people in our own congregation and even future missionaries. You never know what God's going to do when you put yourself out there and you get out of your comfort zone and you say, Lord, I don't really understand the agenda for the week. I don't really know exactly what all's going to be going on, but I'm here and I'm available to do whatever you want me to do. And he may have you praying with someone in a nursing home. I had an opportunity to pray with some policemen that came down there during the baptism just to make sure that nothing would happen during the baptism. There were 3 of them. 2 men and a young lady. And I felt impressed of the Lord to go pray for their protection. To be a police officer in some of these third world countries, you really put your life on the line. Many of these gang groups and cartels, they will target policemen's families, their wives, their children, their husbands, and they'll target them to abduct them or to harm them in order to discourage people from going into that profession. And so I just felt impressed upon by the Lord to go pray for them. And it wasn't a prayer of salvation or for them to accept Jesus Christ. I was praying for their safety. That's what I was impressed upon the Lord to do. That me and a few others that came with me, we went over there and prayed for them that the Lord would protect them in their profession. You never know what the Lord's going to have you do. But these kinds of experiences are ones that most missionaries, and it sounds, so cliche, is that you will never experience anything like this again in your life, and you'll never forget it. And while it sounds like a cliche, I will tell you that it is absolutely the truth. And I'm going to close with this, because this missionary trip reminded me of the first one that I went on. And it so impressed me that I have not forgotten it. This has been many, many years ago when I went to Indonesia. And I remember these individuals were astonished. They had no concept of the globe of the earth, and they had no idea how far America was from Indonesia. But when we showed him, this individual just broke down crying because he could not believe that someone loved him enough to travel halfway around the world to share the gospel with him and to try to help him in his life. That touches your life. That touches you in a way that you may have never experienced before. I remember our past pastor, Brother Brummett, said, A.W. Brummett, he was a lifetime missionary in the Church of God, a pioneer missionary. And he told us one time of his trip to Africa. And when he first shared the gospel with an African, the man was amazed about the concept of God and Jesus Christ. And he accepted the Lord. And he asked Brother Brummett, how long have you known this? And of course, Brother Brummett had known the Lord for many, many, many years. And he told him how long. And he said, and you're just now sharing that with me? So he understood the importance of the message. And this man understood that that message needs to be shared urgently. We should not delay. We can't put it off down the road. Jesus said, go and make disciples. And we really have to put an emphasis on that, not just as Crane Eater does in our mission teams, but you as an individual really need to contemplate what God can do with you both in our local missions and our global missions, and ask Him to give you guidance in that. And I pray and I know the Holy Spirit will help you do the right thing, and you'll be blessed. Sometimes we can't all go, but there may be things you can do for the mission field that doesn't mean going, but it touches their lives just as much. We just need to follow the guidance of the Lord. I hope you've enjoyed this little talk today. I've enjoyed giving it. God bless you, and pray for our mission teams as they go forth. Thank you.
We thank you for watching this episode of From the Pastor's Heart. If you enjoyed today's message, please like and share this episode. We here at Crane Eater are a people of love, prayer, and grace. And I want you to know that we love you and we are praying for you. And if you have any needs or special requests, please feel free to share those in the comments below. God bless you, and we'll see you next time here on the Pastor's Heart.